Because I don't think I went online and answered that question.
The question was, and we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, but the question was, if you could go back and have any career you wanted to, what would it be?
And I really should have answered that. I would go into scientific research.
All right.
Either scientific research or I would have gone into something like psychology, psychiatry, or something like that. Because that seems to be where I enjoy my thinking moments. My thinking moments lead me to human behavior and why humans behave the way they do. And that's psychology. And so if I had to start over again, I would probably go into that field, or not, it's not an or. I would do scientific research because I think there's nothing greater than scientific research, trying to find out what ails people, how to fix what ails people, and how to understand human behavior that causes them to do or participate in behaviors that are not really good for their health. That's where I know, I really think that we don't have a choice. Well, I know we have a choice. We always have choices. Well, why do we choose behaviors that are detrimental to our health? And I would probably like to be with a research group to study that. To study that. And
I can tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Because it feels good.
No question about it. There's no question about it.
That's
We're
why.
always, huh?
I said that's why. And some people can't resist the feeling.
Yeah, but does that explain why a teenager takes a gun and go out and kill a whole lot of people because it feels good?
No,
There's
that's
something going on. There's something going on in the brain of people and the psychology of people that I want to understand. Why do you commit these kinds of acts?
That's not what you said at first. First, you said that you want to know why do people do things that are detrimental to their health.
No, the first thing I said was I want to study human behavior and why people do what they do. That's the psychology. The first thing I said was I wanted to do research.
Am I the only one that heard that?
No, he said it, but
he said what?
It depends on how narrow you want to go.
Wait a minute. Let me go back to my question of the day. My question of the day was, what career would I pursue if basically, okay. Psychology, human behavior, understanding why people do what they do. The other one was research, which could mean physical, chemical, all kinds of research into the human being and anatomy and everything. So now how did you all get from there to this last question?
No, that's what you because you went off and said that you were talking about, at first you were talking about it sounded like you were going down the road of substance abuse. Why do we do stuff that's detrimental to our health? And then you made a jump to, why does a 16-year-old buy a gun and go and shoot up people? And that doesn't have that doesn't have anything to do with his health.
Right, but that was in response to Nicole's statement.
No, no.
Nicole's statement was, you go back to Nicole's statement, and then my response to her was, that doesn't explain why young people will go out and kill people and take people.
Nicole said
my response was to your first answer.
No,
your
Nicole
first,
said because it feels good.
Okay, go back. Go ahead.
You want to know why people did things that were detrimental to their health. And I said, because it feels good. Then you said, well, that doesn't explain why a 16-year-old goes out and shoots people. And I'm thinking, that's not what you said at first. At first, you said, why do people do things that are detrimental to their health?
Okay. If you go out and you start shooting and killing people, that's not detrimental to your health?
No, that's detrimental to their health.
That's detrimental to their life. And that's what I'm trying to, I don't know how we got into this miscommunication.
I can see it. I can referee this because what you were trying to say is it doesn't feel good. Because Nicole said that we do stuff that's bad for our health because it feels good. And then you said, well, the shooting up a crowd make him feel good. That was where you were going.
Right. So it makes them, because I believe that when they do that, it makes them feel good.
And you
want it elevates them. It elevates them to a point where they're getting recognition and they feel good because of that recognition. They probably are people who have never been successful in anything. And now here's an opportunity to be recognized. And they strike out against people because as soon as they commit that act and get caught, here come all the cameras, all the notoriety, all the TV, everything. And I believe that helps them, or that promotes this thing of, well, if he did it, I can do it. If he got recognition for it, I don't think they realize what they're really doing. And that's why I said that one of my things would be to study in psychology why people do what they do. Okay, Aaron.
So what type of research would you do? Because at this point, you're not only asking questions about pleasure versus pain and the value that people place into both of those, but also punishment and reward, which are they're related, but they're not the same.
If I were to go, it would be behavioral psychology. It will be behavioral psychology. Why do people do what they do? And is there like a anatomical thing? Is it something built into their genes that causes them to behave that way? I mean, we know people do stuff that's not good for their health. Even the people who are doing it know it's not good for their health.
No, I got a question.
No, that's a statement.
No, I said Sean had a question. He had his hand up.
Oh, Sean got a question? Okay.
No. That was I was signing off on what you said. You said that, and I was saying that's me.
Oh, okay.
We often don't know. We don't know. Basically, we don't know what controls or guides our behavior. Right. We just do stuff and we don't think about why we decide to make that decision to do that. Like if I go downstairs, and which I'm gonna do as soon as this is over, if not before, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna have me a drink. Now, I have not analyzed or thought about whether that drink is going to be detrimental to my health or not. I know it's not going to be good because of the tremors. And I know that the medication I'm on right now, I really shouldn't be drinking. But I'm going to go have that drink, and I want to know what is working in my subconscious that is propelling my conscious mind to go and have that drink.
And that's what Nicole said, because it feels good.
Huh?
And that's what Nicole said, is because it feels good.
Even though it's detrimental to your health.
Yes.
It feels good. So is feeling good, does that take a higher priority than your health?
Depends on
Apparently, for you, it
And
does.
if it does, why? Why would feeling good be prioritized over your health? Because you know in the long run, your bad health is what's going to take you down.
Not
Your bad
necessarily.
health and habits are going to take you down, right?
Not necessarily.
But what if it was instantaneous? Then you would have a different view. So you knew you did something and you'd be like, oh, I'm going to die if I eat this poisonous, whatever. You're not going to do it, even though it felt good. You ain't going to do it. But it's the long term that, oh, I done got over it once, I got over it twice, I got over, okay, I can do it again.
And all my friends that do it are dead. So it can't be that bad. That's what you be saying.
Wait a minute, shit, they dead, ain't they?
No, you said all your friends that stopped drinking die.
No, I just, yeah, a lot of my friends who made the decision that I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. Of course, I noticed they left out sex. They didn't say I ain't going to have sex no more, right? They left out that. But you don't think?
No, I don't think.
Did you get a disease?
Okay. Yeah, because when these guys are left alone, they go out there to have sex and everything. They'll contract some STD or something. They gone. But
So
that's a sidebar. That's a sidebar.
Yeah, that's the sidebar.
Yeah, but you do things that you know are detrimental to your health, and you do it anyway. And that's what I'm talking about. You know it. Yeah, I mean, there's no question about it. You already know it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know that if you don't eat right, and everybody on this screen right now, I would venture to say, knows how to eat right. They just don't do it.
I do.
They know what the right thing to do is. Well, Leilani is the exception.
I'm trying.
Leilani might be the exception.
I eat right.
I just found out today that spinach is not the best thing for people to eat, depending on how their body is responding to spinach. Spinach, I thought that shit. Popeye told us eat spinach. Well, spinach may not be the best thing for some people to eat. Right?
In what case is that?
Huh?
In what case is that? And how many people are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the guys. One of the guys that I had lunch with, one of my club members yesterday, his doctors told him the spinach wasn't good for him because of something that he. Oh wow, The Sopranos.
But look what Big Wayne said. To your point, my bank account and my liver looking at me every Monday morning. Like what you doing?
Right. He's had some issues with a lot of medical stuff, but his doctors have told him spinach is not good for you. And if you just Google spinach and see if spinach is good for everybody. Maybe not. Maybe.
Well, nothing.
Maybe you don't want to. Hey, maybe you don't want to believe me.
Everybody.
I think that's an exception, Dad. I don't think that that's like
The rule.
a lot of people. I think it's like
Some people.
a
Peanuts.
small percentage of people.
Peanuts.
Just like some people are allergic to peanuts.
Some people peanuts.
Some people, you know,
Right.
And
Yeah,
gluten.
and that was his case.
Some people
That
can't
was his
metabolize gluten.
That was his case. That he's a vegan now because he's found out later on in his life that he should not have been dealing with all this stuff, and he's had all kinds of liver, gallbladder, liver problems, gallbladder stones, just a whole lot of issues. And because of all of that, they have told him, you need to change your diet and don't stop, and you can stop eating this, that, and the other. So I'm saying that if he had not eaten that in the beginning, would he have had those issues? And that's where the research comes in. That's where the research comes in. And people have a tendency to just discount research like it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. It's not in my life. But research is important. Research, that medical research is why we are living longer today than we did in the 1940s. It's because of medical research. And when the question came up, I said, yeah, I would like to be a part of that research that will help people live longer. The research that's going to help people fight diseases. I just want to be a part of putting the message out there, not a part of the enforcement. Because you can put the message out there, and if people don't do it, that's on them. That's somebody else's problem. My thing is, let me do the research, and I'm going to tell you, this is why you get a cold. And this is what you can take to relieve the symptoms of the cold. If you don't want to do it, that's on you, right? But I want to be a part of the research. Okay, Sean.
No, I was waving to Kayla. Sorry.
How you gonna wave in the Kayla in the middle of my presentation?
It was no audible, nothing. It was a wave.
Yeah, see, that's psychology, because now I got to go back to the laboratory and say, why in the hell would Sean be waving in the Kayla?
I haven't seen her.
While I'm talking, that's psychology, human behavior. Why do we do what we do? And can we benefit from research about why we do what we do? That's why I get the Psychology magazine all the time, because they're doing the research. They're the ones doing the research. If I had to go, I also subscribe to the Mayo Clinic's letter, because I believe the Mayo Clinic is a valid organization talking about research about people's health. Right. But that was the question. If I had to go back, what would I do? I would go into medical research, or I would go into psychology.
Fair enough. Hold on. I'm gonna end record right there.